Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurkan here coming at you with another video, and let me tell you guys about all of the bad decisions that have been made today. All of the bad decisions that have actually been made over the last couple of weeks or even months. Now, this is a story that I have to talk to you guys about a couple of other things before we get to the Fallout 76 part, so bear with me a little bit here. So a while back, I realized that there were going to be 3 games that I was going to have a couple of problems getting access to because I don't have those contacts in the industry, or I do have them and they usually don't work with me for whatever reason. And basically, I knew that there were going to be 3 games that I was going to have problems with. Now, those games were going to be Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Fallout 76. Now, when the time came, because essentially Assassin's Creed Odyssey was the very first one, when the time came for that one, I was like, okay, I'm going to buy it because I was hyped about it. I was excited about it. I wanted to check it out. And then there was a problem because Ubisoft did their usual thing where it's like, oh, by the way, if you pay us, I don't know how much the expensive version was. It was like $100 or something, which in Portugal is actually like 100 euros, which is probably closer to $110, $115. And I was like, dude, no way that I'm going to pay all that money for that game. So I was like, well, let's at least try to get it on release day. Because when you're a content creator and you want to cover video games, you got to get in early. Because otherwise, everybody else will have done their videos by then and nobody's going to watch your video. That's just the way it works. So having that perspective of, you know, the 3 days or 4 days or however much the early access was already very discouraging. But I was like, dude, I'm still hyped for it. I still want to play it, whatever. Let's check it out. Let's see what we can do. So I bought it, and the store dicked me over by not delivering it on release day. And that was a problem. But eventually a friend of mine actually loaned me a copy. Now, an interesting thing was when I bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I know that you guys are like, you're supposed to be talking about Fallout 76, Rurkan, get to the point. I will. Give me just a couple more seconds here of your attention. I bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The store was running buy 2, get 1 free promotion. And I was like, oh, dude, I should totally just buy Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Red Dead Redemption 2, and then I can get Fallout 76 for free, which in hindsight is what I should have done. But I'm not a huge fan of pre-ordering. The reason why I pre-order in Portugal is because we can actually get games cheaper because retail games in Portugal cost you about $80, which is 70 euros, roughly translates to about $80, which is a lot more than they cost in the States, you know, your standard version of $60, right? So that's the reason why I wanted to pre-order those games. But then I was like, you know, maybe I'll be able to get a better deal when things roll around, and I don't like this whole pre-order thing. You know, Red Dead Redemption's still not here. So I bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey, got shafted. A friend of mine had to loan it just so that I could live stream it on the day of release. And then Red Dead Redemption rolled around, and once again, I was like, well, I guess I'll have to buy it because I wasn't able to get it any other way. Boom. That one I was actually able to get on release. So I was like, I was a little bit more encouraged to work with that store again. I was like, okay, so maybe they won't. That one time with Assassin's Creed Odyssey was a bit of an accident. Maybe that won't repeat itself. So fast forward to today, which is when I realized, well, I'm not going to be able to get a code. I'm not going to be able to get anything. I'm going to have to buy it, which is why I should have bought it back then when they had the promotion that I could have basically gotten it for free. But I was like, whatever. I'll just pre-order it, get it with the cheaper version and all of this stuff. And then we get to today, which is the day that I wanted to live stream it. I wanted to basically start as early as possible so that I could hang out with you guys, play Fallout 76. And I know that there's a lot of people who don't want to play they don't want to play Fallout 76. They think it's a bad game and all of these other things because it has nothing to do with Fallout 4. I've already told you guys my opinion on that. I think that the main story of 76, what I experienced in the beta, was pretty lackluster, basically following in the footsteps of dead people. But I still think there's potential there if you're having fun with friends. And I know that Kergrin's super excited about it, so I'm probably going to be playing it with him. So I figured, you know, let's just get the thing, right? So I bought it, and then we get to today. Store doesn't have my copy, and I was like, okay, here we go. So today I definitely need to live stream this game because, again, if I want to cover this game, I got to live stream it today because today is launch day, and that's going to be the biggest potential for, you know, people actually watching you play. And I call up the store and I'm like, guys, what's going on with this order of mine? Where's my copy? What's happening? And they're just like, oh, you know, today's launch day, so we're going to send it today to the store, which would mean that I would probably be able to pick it up tomorrow or the day after. And I was just like, that's not going to work. That's really not going to fucking work. And they're like, oh, let me see what we can do. We'll have someone call you back. Someone calls me back and they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to be able to deliver the game at the store on the 3rd of December. And I was like, what the fuck are you smoking right now? Are you insane? Are you fucking crazy? The game launched today. You want to give me my copy on the 3rd of December? Not going to happen, dude. Cancel that shit. So I cancel it, and then I call a couple of contacts that I have in Portugal to see if they could maybe hook me up with a code. And I was like, hey, look, can you guys just hook me up with a code for this game? The guy in charge of Bethesda is not in the office. I'm just like, come the fuck on. Come the fuck on, dude. So I'm just like, dude, I give up. I run to the store, boom, purchase this thing, pay more than it's definitely worth. Pay way more than it's definitely worth. Just so that I could play it today, so that I could stream it for you guys. And that is what I'm going to be doing. That was just a little story of what happened. A little story of bad decisions. So yeah, how about you guys show up on the stream today and tell me how much of an idiot I am. Please make me feel even worse than I already feel about what I've done. Anyway, hopefully this story has entertained you guys a little bit. I'm going to set up for that live stream, and I'll see you guys then. I had a couple of more things that I had planned out to work on. Namely, I want to do a live stream on the video game awards on the nominees, because they've been announced. So that might be something that we do either tomorrow or the day after. We'll see how it turns out. All depends on how many of you show up to watch this this thing. But you know, it's one of those things. In order for me to be able to actually tell you guys about this game, I gotta play it. I gotta play the final version, and I'm still hopeful. I'm hopeful, but cautiously hopeful. Is that a thing? I don't know. Let's just say that maybe they'll fix some things. It'll also allow me to put into context this engine that these guys are planning on using on fucking Elder Scrolls 6. Are you really going to use this on Elder Scrolls 6? Oh man, we'll see how it pans out, guys. Let's try to stay a little bit positive, and at the very least, you'll be able to make fun of me. So hopefully I'll see you guys there over on Twitch. Thank you very much for watching. Comments, feedback in the comment section below. Peace out, everybody.